Hello. Come on in. Hope you all are doing well. I'm just getting the pictures up that I want to share with you. Thank you so much for being here. Sit back and relax. We're just going to chat today. Gonna walk you guys through what I did this past weekend. Cooking for these kids. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Tuesday. All right. Let you guys get settled. We're going to go for about an hour and a half. Hope you've had something good to eat. Sorry, should have had all this ready. I know my way around the kitchen, but when I'm here live streaming with you all, sometimes I get a little bit mixed up. All right. All right. So hopefully the music in the background is okay. I'm going to leave it going unless you all tell me that it's a distraction, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. For anybody new here, hi. I'm Maggie, your substitute teacher. Welcome. Usually I say welcome to my struggle cooking class, right? But no apron on. Clearly I'm not in the kitchen. There's our kitchen behind us. Welcome to my home. It's not a studio. I am not a proper chef, and I am not a professional YouTuber. I'm just a mom and a home cooker, sharing my health and wellness journey and my love of food with you all. So whatever brings you here, you are most welcome. If you want to be counted present for attendance, you're welcome to say hi. If you want to sit back and ninja watch, you are welcome to say nothing. But we are the happy, wholesome, family-friendly side of YouTube. So I appreciate you stopping by. So from time to time, I come out of the kitchen and I just like to have a chat with you guys. I wanted to use today's live stream to talk about what I did this past weekend. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, on Facebook, or on YouTube, on my community tab, if you scroll over to the community tab section, you'll see that I was group cooking, which is usually not the case. Usually I'm cooking for me when the boys are at their dad's, or I'm cooking for, the kids. We have 2 sons, 2 teenage boys. You all know them well. But I got myself in a little bit of a, I don't know, let's say pickle. My youngest son, you all know him as Alex, the substitute taste tester, always available to taste the food that I'm cooking. He is part of a bike club. So for bicycles, they actually do races and whatnot. And it's part of a church youth group, Conyers First United Methodist Church, and they had a fall retreat this past weekend at a state park here in North Georgia. So I am in the Atlanta area, and the retreat was actually at Cloudland State Park. It's about 3 hours northwest of where I live. So in the corner of Georgia, close to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and close to northern Alabama. That's where this retreat was going to be. And I learned from the kids there that this retreat, this was the first time they had actually had the retreat since the pandemic. So it had been about 3 years. And so, I think the youth pastor had changed, and different, kids grow up and they move on. And so Alex was excited to go to this retreat, and I was very excited to send him on this retreat. However, somebody's child opened up his mouth and told the youth pastor, "You know, my mom is a chef." Y'all, I am not a chef. Now, I mean that with respect. I know that I do chefy things and I love being in the kitchen. You all see me cooking every day. I do live stream every day. If you're new here, welcome. But going to culinary school and actually earning the title of chef is something that I, respect, and so I wouldn't want to use that title loosely. And so that's why I'm always correcting. I'm not a chef. I'm just a home cook. But the youth pastor, who was a young brother who was wrapping his arms around, taking these kids to the mountains, stopped me and asked me if I would cook for the kids at this retreat. What are you going to say, right? So I agreed to attend this retreat and provide the meals. So it was going to be 5 meals, or it was 5 meals. It was a Friday to Sunday retreat. So dinner Friday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner Saturday, and then breakfast Sunday morning before they depart. And in between the meals, of course, they would do, whether it was Bible study or hiking or, activities, there would be downtime. But if you know when you're cooking, that downtime is really like cleaning up from the previous meal and planning for the next meal, right? I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. Hopefully you guys can still hear. Let me know. My devices are talking to me. So when I talked to the youth pastor, you all will learn about Maggie. I work in tech, and we all have our areas of struggle, but I can be very organized and I like a plan. I like to have a plan, but I don't have to have the plan as long as there is a plan. But when it comes to cooking, a big part of that is preparation. So I start peppering, after saying yes, I start peppering the youth pastor with how many kids, what is the menu request if there is one, or you want me to come out with it, how are the groceries going to be done? Are you asking me to grocery shop too, or can I have them delivered? What time do they need to eat? Are there any dietary restrictions? And you could see his eyes kind of got big, like deer in the headlights. He hadn't really thought about that, and that's fine. That's kind of my job as mom, to kind of get in there and plan. That's a big part of eating, whether or not you're cooking for a group or cooking for yourself, is to kind of have meals planned before you get hungry, because we all know once you're hungry or hangry, it's a wrap. So as he was thinking to answer those questions, he basically was like, whatever you want to do. We were just going to have cold cut sandwiches. And I was like, oh gosh, no, we can do better than that. So I did panic a little bit. In the beginning, he told me it was going to be 40 kids, 40. And I was like, Lord mercy. I'm used to cooking for one, or cooking for, a family, or even the holidays, extended family. But it ended up being 14 and not 40, thank goodness. And we made our way to the mountain. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you guys the pictures that I took. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of a context. You saw it happening in real time, but I didn't live stream. I thought about doing it, but I had my hands full. As I always say, it was a labor of love, but it was a lot. So what I ended up doing is, because I am not staying in these rickety cabins, no, I ended up renting an Airbnb about a half mile away. So for those of you who don't know, I'm also an Airbnb superhost. I had someone check in yesterday, so right there, I have a guest suite. The whole other half of the house has like a mother-in-law suite. And I've been an Airbnb superhost for, over 6 years now. And I'm actually going to be coming out with a course, because I have so many people ask me about it, and I've helped them set up their Airbnb. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. But as a superhost, I actually earn vouchers that I can use when I travel. So usually I'm hosting other people when they travel, but every once in a while I get to travel. So I found out the name of the state park, which is Cloudland Canyon, and you'll see that in the title. So that's the location that this fall retreat was at. And with Airbnb, just like with any other hotel website, you can put in your destination and it'll let you know what's around the area. And so I found a beautiful country home that had like an upstairs apartment, and that's where I stayed. So I would travel back and forth. It was like a 7-minute drive to prepare the meals for these kids. But I was not staying in that group home. No, ma'am. No, sir. Not Maggie. All right. So, and then I guess the last thing, because the apartment that I rented, I think it sleeps up to like three or four. You all know Nana, my mom. I learned everything from her. I am the daughter of a retired home economics teacher, and so I asked mom if she wanted to get away for a bit, so she was my traveling companion. All right, so let me pull up the photos and let me see if I can share my screen. Come on in and like the live stream if you like what I'm doing. Feel free to announce yourself if you want to be counted present, or if you just want to ninja watch, sit back and relax. I'll go for about an hour and 15 more. And I'm just going to walk you guys through my thought process. I did not arrange this into an album per se. It's really just a photo dump of everything that I captured while we were at the canyon. But, I'm going to do these from time to time. If you all have been with me when I travel, because I do love to travel both domestically and internationally, I try to give you guys a recap of what I'm eating, and this time it's going to be a recap of what I'm cooking. So hopefully sound and picture is okay. Y'all know I'm struggle streaming over here most days. But yeah, let's um let's have some fun. Why don't we? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Y'all know I struggle over here. All right, so let's see if I can share my screen. I'm more comfortable in the kitchen, but I got to do this from time to time, right? Let's see who we got in here. All right, let's see if I can go to, okay, Google Photos. All right, I think you guys can see that. Let's see. All right, I'm down in the corner. Look who we got here. Somebody's saying hello. Oh, happiness with no carbs says OMG. Thank you so much for the happy mail. You're welcome, my dear. I have already forgotten what I sent you. So if you want to remind me, feel free to remind me. And she says, I love how elegant your writing is. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm old. Y'all know I'm 46. This is actually my birthday month after Thanksgiving. So towards the end of November. But so I guess I'm a proud Gen Xer, and we learned cursive back in the day, but y'all, they're not doing cursive anymore with the kids. So my youngest, his penmanship is horrible. I don't know what to say about it, but I've heard teachers tell me it doesn't matter because all they do is type now. But it's funny. I have taken etiquette and elegance classes because I need them. Y'all know I can be silly, but writing like handwriting and writing an actual letter, whether it's a thank you letter or whatever, it's becoming a lost art. So I appreciate that compliment. We got Sonia in the house. Sonia saying, hey, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, my dear. It's so good to see you. I was just giving a little bit of the backstory, and then we're going to go about an hour and 15. If anybody else wants to be counted present, feel free to hop in. I'm going to walk you guys through my cooking for the kids, and let me know. I've got the background music. I think I'm going to go ahead and take it off, just because sometimes I feel like it makes my struggle stream even more of a struggle. But hopefully everything looks and sounds good. Okay. So let me go. So we get in the car, and just to give you guys a little bit of logistics, a little bit of setting the stage here. So The retreat was, for my youngest son. You all know Alex, and it was Friday night to Sunday morning, and so the kids were supposed to meet at the church at 5 p.m. Friday after school, and then, they all pile into the church van, and then they ride together, and I'm in Atlanta. This is in North Georgia, so it was about 3 hours away. I did not wanna ride with the kids. No, ma'am, no, sir. I also did not want to bunk with the kids. No, ma'am, no, sir. So and then also, I was taking mom with me, so I left early, finished my meetings and wrapped up early on a Friday, stopped by to pick up mom, and then we drove separately in my vehicle, for 2 reasons. One, like I said, I did not wanna be in a van full of kids. Love them, but I wanna love you from afar sometimes. Y'all know how it is. And then second, I had placed a grocery order with Instacart, and so I'll talk a little bit about that. Let's see what, Happiness with No Cars says. Oh, yes, they are. So Happiness with No Cars, I did put a little treat in there for you. If you were with me when I made the, candied walnuts, when we made the spinach salad. So those are sweetened with, I think it's Swerve or one of my sugar-free sugars. So yes, I think it's vanilla, and we made like a toffee, like a sugar-free toffee, and coated the walnuts in there, and then put them on a baking tray so that they could cool. And that was our topping for our spinach salad a couple weeks ago after I went to Athens with Swim Shady. Um, but yes, you got the espresso mocha skinny syrup. Yeah, you guys, I've still got stuff here I'm supposed to mail out. I don't know who's still waiting on what, but if you guys are supposed to get stuff from me, please send it again so it's at the top of my message. But yes, just a little snack. I got to get rid of stuff. I love giving stuff away because I'll just continue to eat it. All right, and we've got Sonia here saying, I've been homeschooling my babies and teaching them how to write cursive. Yeah. I enjoy it, but I understand, everything is so technical. Look at how we're connecting here, and more to come. I'm working on some very exciting collaborations, and they'll be virtual, but hopefully you guys feel like you're here with me at home. Usually we're in the kitchen, but man, I'm ashy. I need to moisturize, dry. But yeah, I understand. Okay. So, as far as the food, this is us getting started and heading out. But as far as the food, so one of the things that I told the pastor, yes, I will come. Yes, I will make my own accommodations. And yes, I will cook for the children. But I don't want to grocery shop. You all know that I get my groceries delivered because I work from home. I know that I struggle with impulse buying, and so whether you use Amazon Prime, Shipped, Instacart, Walmart Plus, I have subscriptions with all of them, and I have discount codes for you all. If you look in the description, go to the class notes, and you'll see them there. You can check it out. They're all about $100 per year, so it's a subscription service, and that breaks down to about $2 per week. So for me, to keep me out of the stores and to keep me from buying snacks and things that I don't need, um, I like to have my groceries delivered because I'm in control of what comes in the house. And on this health and wellness journey, plus for the kids, you all know the struggle, out of sight, out of mind. That's what works for me. One of the benefits that I love about my grocery delivery services is that you subscribe and you set your home address, but you can also update with addresses wherever you might be. So when I travel, one of the things that I do is I got the address to the Airbnb I was staying at. And if I had a late night snack craving, which I did, I can place an order and they will deliver to you for no extra charge. You're already a member. So I use that when I'm traveling, when I'm going somewhere with the kids. I have the groceries delivered. I love using that. The boys are older now, they're in high school, but when they were younger and they had field day or teachers needed supplies or whatever it is, I would just change the delivery address from my home to the school and I would order whatever they wanted and have it sent there. I am not trying to lift a 30 case of, Powerade or Gatorade. Why am I doing this? So we can definitely use some of those services to our advantage. So I did. So what I did in meeting with the pastor, I set up a group cart. That's one of the things I love about Instacart. You can have a personal cart, and then you can share a group cart. So if you're traveling with people, I'll have to do a video for you guys on how Instacart works because I assume people know, but I had to learn it too. So you can set up a group cart on Instacart, and you can share it, like share the link with other people so everybody can view what's in the cart. They can add items, take them away, and they don't have to have an Instacart membership. I'm the one with the membership. I can share my cart. So that's a great benefit if you're traveling with people. So what I did is once I met with the youth pastor, I knew how many meals, how many people. One moment. Excuse me. What I did is I asked him, okay, what would you all like to eat? I have some ideas. Active kids, I was thinking something very filling. That's why we did a spaghetti one night, pasta, something fun. Build your own nacho bar. We did that. They wanted, excuse me, lunch during the day after they were hiking, grab and go fruit, sandwiches, cold cut sandwiches, and then of course, I did some different things for breakfast. So I created a group card on Instacart. Then I dropped, all of those things just like you're shopping online, and then you can scale up or scale down the quantities. He told me the budget. He said $500 budget for food. So I put everything in the cart to be about like $440. And I sent him the link, and then we got on the phone together, and he actually, I don't know if he actually looked at it. He was just kind of like, whatever you want to do. So he trusted my judgment, and you can add or delete stuff. And then when it was time to check out, whoever you've given access to the cart, he could log in and use his card to pay for it. So I didn't have to spend any money. So just thought I'd share that with you guys. But let's look at the pictures. So I had scheduled the groceries to arrive, I think between 4 to 6 p.m., gave them like a 2-hour window. So that gave me time to drive there. So I'm in the car with mom, and we're heading through North Georgia, and you can see that the leaves are starting to change. And y'all know I live in Atlanta. Whenever you live in the city, it's great for all the conveniences, but you don't really have, the wide open spaces. And I'm not a country girl, but it was really refreshing just to look as far as the eye can see and not see any tall buildings or skyscrapers. All right, so let's see, which way do I go? Do I go? Okay. So, y'all, I'm just going to kind of click through these quickly. And if I have something to say, then I'll come back to it. So, and I am not a professional. This is just me recapping with you all. And I will drop the link in case anybody wants to chat. Whatever questions you all have, feel free to ask them, or you can just listen to a little bit of story time. So, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to do was drive straight shot to the park, so I could get my bearings. One of the things that I had asked the pastor to do when he went up there to scout where they wanted this retreat is to send me some pictures and videos of what the kitchen looks like. I mean, you all know I cook all the time at home. I'm used to my own kitchen, right? But when you are cooking in another location, you don't know what you're walking into. You don't know if they have all of the amenities and accoutrements that you are used to. So he did send me some pictures and video, but I wanted to get in there myself and see what I was walking into, right? It's nothing like having hangry people looking at you and you're just kind of like, I don't know. So, I made sure in the shopping cart, did I need to have paper supplies? Did I need to have utensils? Did I need to have aluminum foil? Those are the kind of things, when you're planning for a group, sometimes we just think about the food, but I wanted to make sure all of that was taken care of. All right, so we're entering in fall time. I don't know if y'all can see this, and I'm not an animal person, but if you look in the center of the screen, there were so many deer in this state park, and it is kind of cool to see them in their element. And you can also see the beautiful green, yellow, and red leaves. All right, so I'm driving. Yeah, welcome to the land of RVs. This is not Maggie Land. This is I was on boy mom duty, so I'm pulling through and I see all these RVs. If this is your style, please enjoy for me. But I went camping once like this when I was married, and I think I got a inchworm on me and I lost it. I know, y'all. Just, hey, don't judge. Okay, so I'm driving through and I took some videos. And so I show up. Let me see if this plays with sound. Let's see what it looks like. I can change it. I did take a video when I arrived so you guys can see. I believe this is a huge septic tank, but you can see here this cinder block building is where we were going to be, or where I was going to be cooking. So I arrived and I was like, Lord of mercy. But it's a nice park, and you see they've got some grills there and some wide open spaces, so that's nice. Nice trails, beautiful, beautiful. And then this. So I walk into the group lodge, and y'all were laughing at me that I called it the prison kitchen. I know it was a youth retreat, but it was this cinder block building that I said smelled like raccoon. It just was very utilitarian, but that's okay. We're here to support these kids. And so there was all this space here. I don't know if I got a picture of it. I did have someone helping me that was there. Her name is also Margaret. She was there to receive the groceries. So you guys can see here the stuff that I ordered was delivered. So one of the things that I love about Instacart, like I said, you can deliver to different locations, and you might want to check it out whether or not you have a membership. And you don't have to have a membership. You can pay per delivery. But I like the membership because that gives me unlimited delivery. And, different stores are in different areas. So you'll put in the zip code of the place that you want the groceries delivered, and it'll show you the stores that are in that area, up to 20 or more where I live, everything from like Lowe's to Bath and Body Works to grocery stores. So I'm kind of spoiled by it, but it was, I think it was Gordon Food Service, some type of bulk store I've never been in. But that was the store that delivered to this state park. And one of the benefits too, you can shop at club stores without the club membership, meaning I don't have a Costco membership, but with Instacart, they'll shop at Costco for me and deliver it. So I arrived to all of the groceries, in these big boxes. So you could tell they didn't come in grocery bags. So they came in these type of boxes you'll see on the counter, and on the floor, a case of water. So I'm like, okay, get there, roll up my sleeves, let's get ourselves organized, let's see what we're working with. So I took another video. Let's see if this comes through. I took a video of the kitchen. You guys can see here. All right, I'll see if I can pause it so you guys can see. So I'm just kind of taking a video of the industrial kitchen that I'm going to be cooking at with the kids. And I'll pause right here. Let's see if y'all can see. In the back up against the wall, you'll see like that horizontal stack. So that is tables, so like foldable tables. And then standing up against the wall are all the chairs. So all that wide open space is where the eating would happen. And so you guys saw the kitchen that I was going to be using. And I did say in my post it wasn't our beautiful Samsung appliances, but that's okay. That's okay. We can make it work. Chocolate Solution is here. Hello, sir. Thank you for coming on in. Okay, I got a little bit of chastisement for this face, but y'all know how I am. I mean, so I got there, and I'm like, "Ooh wee." I just had a lot on my hands. This is the "What have I signed myself up for" face. But it's okay, we got there. I'm getting rid of the groceries, I'm getting everything put away, but it was just, as you can tell, very industrial. It wasn't very homey, which is fine, but this is where I was preparing meals for the kids, for that weekend. Okay, Maggie, fix your face. So I took another video. They had all of these, like, somebody would call them, you know, I won't say the word, but very industrial pots, this refrigerator that they had, some of the groceries that I ordered, just very much, if you've worked in a restaurant or any type of food service, which I have not, I'm sure you're used to this, but I was just kind of like, all right, let's see what we got. So you'll see the groceries that got delivered, and these are the pots and pans that were there. All right, so the first night I wanted to make them spaghetti, and so you can see here I ordered the jarred spaghetti sauce, the Prego meat flavored sauce, I think it was, and then you'll see on the stove a 5-pound log of ground beef. So I believe the store that delivered is probably some type of warehouse store because everything was very large quantities because I thought I was going to be cooking for 40 kids, right? So there was plenty left over. And I believe they took a lot to the women's shelter. They gave me some of the stuff that was opened, and, the kids helped themselves too during downtime. So I wanted to go ahead and get our meat sauce cooking. Let's see. All right, so you guys can see here what I'm working with, the stove and the skillet. Let me see if I can show you the stove and the skillet. Ooh, we y'all can see here, so I had to be a little bit careful. It had seen better days, but I did not bring any of my cookware. I was using what was in the lodge in this state park. All right, so that's what I had. All right. I'm looking back and laughing at myself. I'm like, okay, well, I signed up for this. So I did bring some gloves from home. And you guys see I have my apron on. So Maggie got her mind right and decided to get started. But I'm just showing you guys, yeah, it's not always glamorous sometimes. You just got to get in there. Iced coffee, almond milk, unsweet with stevia. Um, Sometimes you just gotta get in there, roll up your sleeves, and get it done. But yeah, I was kinda like, I have to be honest, you all, it was the smell. I don't know, it just smelled like outside. I don't know how else to say it. Okay, Maggie, fix your face. I'm trying, y'all. So I get the ground beef open. We're gonna get started on our spaghetti sauce. All right, so I'm just browning the meat. You all know how it goes. I think I took another video. Okay, yeah, just showing you guys the area. So I've got all these groceries to put away. Um, I'm showing you guys the pantry so you can see they had reserved the lodge at this state park. So I'm just showing you guys a little tour. So I'm browning the meat, and while the meat is cooking, yeah, yeah. So, all right. So there's that. All right, so I tried to put on my happy face. I think you guys saw this picture. I was like, get it together, Maggie. You're in boy mom mode. So we got our sauce cooking. I had 2 stoves and 2 ovens. So I went ahead and opened up a couple cans or canisters of the Prego. We only used 2 and we gave away 2. So you see the sauce simmering over here, and I'm browning the ground beef. So, of course, Nana came and she wanted to be helpful. I said, Mom, just sit back, relax. You don't have to do anything, but she wanted to help. So I ordered some garlic bread to be delivered. So I asked her to go ahead and slice them into equal pieces. Y'all know how these kids are. You don't want anybody to have more or less than the other. So we wanted to try and do all this. And again, this was Friday afternoon. I wanted to get everything ready before the bus or the van pulled up. So they're not looking at me and I'm looking at them, wondering what happens next, right? So Nana was bundled up and helping out. All right, so I cleared off the bar area where the groceries were delivered and sat down there. So the menu for the first night dinner was, I think you guys saw, it was spaghetti and meat sauce, and then we did like a side salad. So as the food was coming along, I went ahead and used that bar area to get the, the paper plates. That's what they wanted to use. So no china. We're at a camp. We didn't want to wash too many dishes, so forgive me for for the styrofoam. I know it's not the most sustainable, but that's what we had. That's what was provided. So I went ahead and set those out. It ended up being 14 that I was cooking for. So I went ahead and laid out everything. And my plan was to go ahead and have everything plated kind of like cafeteria or Piccadilly style. So the kids come through and pick up their plate. Everybody can sit down and eat. All right. All right. So I'm just taking pictures as I go. You guys can see we've got our sauce back there. Yeah, let me just show you guys. This was the accommodations. So I know I called it the 100% kitchen, but this is the lodge. So they had living quarters for the boys and a separate boys' bathroom, and then living quarters for the girls, and then a separate girls' bathroom. And of course, they had, the youth pastor and some other like grandparent volunteers. So I was on kitchen duty. You know where to find Maggie, but they had these bunks there without any partition. Alex told me somebody rolled off the top. I don't know. I was at an Airbnb, but this is where I could have stayed and I chose not to stay. But Alex, the kids love it if you've got any campers in your family. Packed a sleeping bag and a pillow, change of clothes. And so this is the accommodations for the kids or the adults that stayed there. Not your girl. Okay, so I think one was boys and one was girls. Okay, back to the kitchen. So you can see I've been on garlic bread duty. So I just bought the frozen garlic bread, but it was thawed enough to kind of cut into these nice little like rectangles. Mom did a great job cutting those up. So everybody got a couple slices of a garlic bread with their spaghetti. So we're putting those into the oven. All right, and Nana is there helping me out. I ordered mixed greens, and you can see in the back there we've got ranch dressing or Italian dressing. Very simple. Keep the choices at a minimum, right? We had some ice. I did order a bag of ice to put in the cups, and I think some sweet tea and lemonade. That's it. You get option A or option B. That is it. You get what you get, and you don't pitch a fit. So Nana's going ahead and filling the bowls with the mixed greens for the salad. Since this is like October, November timeframe where I live, it was cool, as you can tell by how mom is dressed. So we didn't have to worry about mosquitoes or anything. All right, so Nana's doing her thing, and then I asked her to sit down so she could take a load off, and Mom is on cutlery duty, so she's at the cutlery station. I ordered the fork, knife, and spoon that was provided, and Mom is kind of rolling them up, kind of like a restaurant style, where you'll have your napkin and your cutlery is inside. So that's what Mom is doing for us. So thank you, Nana. Always helping, always helping. There she is. There's our Nana. All right, so let's see here. Opening up one of my camp pots. I think I have the meat sauce. Yeah, good to go. So we've browned the ground beef and we have the Prego. It's seasoned, well enough for the kids. So meat sauce going. And the sauce, whenever you're doing meat sauce, that can actually be cooked way ahead of time and just sit on low and simmer because the longer it kind of infuses the what you call the flavoring inside the meat, right? I didn't have my Italian seasoning and oregano and all of that, so I'm like, let me get started on the sauce. And then closer to when the kids were arriving, you see I put on the next stove over. I ordered some spaghetti and I went ahead and started boiling the water. All right, so and I think I just got a rolling boil, and then we put our pasta in there, and then I'm stirring it up. So we got a nice al dente. I don't know how you all like your pasta. I'm not Italian, but I've been to Italy. Clearly, I'm not Italian. But wanted to get the pasta nice and well cooked with still a little bit of a chew, so it's not too mushy, and salt it well, salt the water well, so you have good flavor in the pasta. Y'all know I'm gluten free, so I don't eat spaghetti like that. But for kids, especially for active kids, active boys, this is the kind of stuff that I make to get them nice and full. So we got the pasta cooked and then drained and oiled just a little bit so it didn't stick together. All right. So timing is a hard one for me, just making sure that everything is hot and ready. And I think this is when Alex called me and, I'm frantically going back and forth trying to get everything ready. He's like, Mom. I'm like, yeah, you hear all the kids in the background. He says, Mom, what are you doing? And I'm like, what do you think I'm doing? You told your pastor I'm a chef. I'm over here cooking. And he said, so what are you making? I said, I'm making spaghetti. He was like, that's all? I'm like, Alex, I'm making spaghetti with meat sauce, garlic bread, side salad, tea, and lemonade. He was like, oh, 1 second. I'm going to put you on speakerphone. Can you say that again? So yeah, he totally set me up, totally set me up. But we got our pasta drained and ready. All right. Let's see. I know I had some videos in here. Let's see if I have anything noteworthy. All right, so I'm just putting some more pasta in there to cook. All right, I did 2 batches, but we had more than enough. We had leftovers for them to eat for days. Okay, so I think you guys saw this picture. Once I knew that the bus was pulling up, I frantically started to plate. And so I thought it actually came together really well. So on everybody's plate, you'll see here everybody got a nice full plate of spaghetti and then the meat sauce with 2 strips of the garlic bread. The garlic bread was toasted in the oven, so it was nice and crunchy and salty and savory. We put the mixed greens here. I had more salad bowls left over, but not everybody ate their vegetables. It's okay. And then kind of a build your own salad bar. We had some shredded carrot here. We had some diced or like cubed tomato pieces here, some Parmesan cheese. You can put that on your pasta if you would like. And then they had the choice of Italian dressing or ranch dressing. So yeah, I think I did. Oh yeah, I did take a little video. So let's see how it all came together. Of course, the kids came through and they were loving it. So I'm just walking you guys through. This is the first night. Okay, so I poured their cups. Everybody got some sweet tea. We are in the South, so sweet tea is a staple here. But I'm just showing you guys what the kids ate on their first night. So as you can imagine, when they came in, they were all excited and even the master was like, "Man, it smells amazing." I was tired from the long journey, even though they weren't driving. Just traveling can be exhausting anyway. And I mean, how would you feel coming to like a home cooked meal like that? I mean, you all know me well enough know now to know that this is where my passion is. I get it from my mom. I love creating a warm and welcoming space, and a meal is a big part of that, and that's how we show love, right? So the kids come running in and they're so excited. It smells good. There's garlic and butter and sauce in the air. And they're just like, where do we begin? They want to run and bum rush the table. And you know me, I'm in mom mode. I'm like, did anybody wash your hands? And so you guys saw the picture that they had to set up the tables first. And so uh, the youth pastor got the boys getting the tables and the chairs set up so that they could come through and enjoy their food. So it is, we've worked hard to put them together that people, appreciate. That was nice. Excuse me, muted myself. So we've seen this is what went out. So I just take lots of pictures. You guys see me when I'm always taking pictures. I take several from multiple angles. You'll never know which one is going to turn out well. We got Lauren here. Hello, Lauren. Thank you for being here. Lauren, my neighbor. Let me know if you got your happy mail. Hopefully you've received it. So this was night 1, spaghetti for the kids. So you can see the kids bum rush, the adults, everybody was happy. They had that hangry face on. You'll notice this one over here, y'all know who he is. Alex, a substitute taste tester, always one who runs first to the table to get the plate out that they want. So the kids were happy to eat. Reaching, yeah, help myself. So you can see in the back they had set up the tables to eat. So yeah, it was a bunch of crazy kids, just like y'all's. Y'all already know how these kids are. So, but they were happy. And there's Antonio in the middle. The youth pastor was like, "Oh my God, it smells amazing." He said, "I really spoiled them." So I'm glad they enjoyed it. So already know. Y'all already know the kids are tearing it up. They came through bum rushing, and then, before you know it, everybody's diving in and having a good time. So I'm glad that they did. All right. So then, of course, they come back for seconds, and y'all know this one. So Alex is making his little salad. I think some salt and pepper on there. Who knows? Um, but yeah, they had plenty of food. cutlery was good to go. I had to hide some of the other stuff for the next days down below, and when I would come back the next day, some of the stuff had been opened. Okay. So at the end of night one, they went out to the fire pit, and this is right before I drove off, but they were getting ready to put the fire together out there in the woods and do what they do. I don't know, but I had, driven 3 hours and I had cooked for everyone. They were nice and full. I cleaned up and wanted to get mom and I, especially, being in a different area at night. And it's unlike the city, y'all. It's pitch dark at night if you've ever been in the woods or, in the mountain area. I wanted to get to our Airbnb. So I'm going to fast forward through the other pictures. Unless anybody wants to see the Airbnb, I did take some pictures. I'm going to zoom through. I'm going to get back to the meals the next day. So let's see. All right. So again, this is where we're Cloudland Canyon State Park, and this is in Northwest Georgia. I had never been there before. All right. So if you want to see the Airbnb pictures, then put the house emoji in the chat. I am just going to zoom through them. But like I said, it was a beautiful home that had an upstairs apartment. Okay, so day 2. All right, so it's a beautiful morning. So waking up in the mountains, the sun's coming up over the horizon. So this is from the apartment that mom and I stayed at. We were in an Airbnb because I was not staying in the cabin accommodations. No, ma'am, no, sir. So I wanted to get up and get on the road. Beautiful sunrise, absolutely beautiful in the mountains. Excuse me, and I'm saying mountains. This is our mountains in Georgia. It's probably more like rolling hills compared to proper mountains, but we don't really get to see that. So it was nice, and just one of these long country roads that maybe somebody drives down every few minutes, not the hustle and bustle of Atlanta at all. All right, so I believe breakfast was at 8:30 the next morning, so I needed to be there at 7:30 to prep. So I let mom sleep in. I got myself together, and I went to back to the lodge where the kids were. All right, so I got on the little country road. I think I took a little video of what I saw pulling out of my Airbnb and see if there's anything noteworthy, but just showing you guys a view. Yeah. Got my little coffee. Yeah, that's it with the house behind me. But you can see for any of our city folk, lots of wide open spaces. All right. So I arrived at the lodge. They had reserved the lodge, so the church van is there. For those of you all who have been rocking with me for a while, Maggie, the substitute teacher, is 7 months old, and my YouTube channel, and we have a logo now that you all know. Ah, there we are. Hi. Always wear the pearls and the red lip and the red nail for you guys and the blue glasses. And my hair actually kind of looks like that today. Sometimes it doesn't. But we'll go ahead and change the overlay here. But for anyone who doesn't know, we've gone through a couple iterations of my logo for various reasons. I won't get into them here, but I have some old merch with the old logo. It was a Bitmoji, and I just didn't have, rights to print that out to sell. I can print it out to buy, but I couldn't put that in the Maggie merch store. And speaking of Maggie merch, I'm going to put it down at the bottom if anybody wants any Maggie merch. We've got a Zazzle store. Aprons are about $20, and link is in the description as well. We have 3 different sizes and multiple colors. Um, so look who's here. We got Dirty Diana. Thank you for being here. I'm just doing a recap. This is day 2 of my trip to the mountains with the kids. So I made them spaghetti dinner for Friday night, and now it is Saturday morning, this past weekend, Saturday morning. All right, so let's see what we've got here. Thank you all for coming on in. If anybody else wants to be counted present, um, feel free to chime in. So you'll see here, there is one of my old Maggie aprons that I still keep around. Happiness with no cars. Thank you for the hearts, my dear. All right. So this is what I was cooking in this weekend. I wear an apron every time I'm in the kitchen, y'all, because I need one. All right. So let's see. It looks so great. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Diana. Yeah. So I walked you guys through the spaghetti. So there's the old apron, come a long way. Look at our old logo and look at our new one on the watermark there. Hello, Mona. Thank you for coming in here. Yes. Thank you all for liking the video. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a recap. I'll be on for about 40 more minutes. Just walking you guys through what I did this past weekend, cooking for the kids at the retreat. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. I took a video. Oh my goodness. When I tell you I'm trying to cook and this is going on, they're running around, they're batting balls, they're just being boys and kids. They're yelling. I didn't put any, let me see. I don't know if the sound comes through.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So you all can imagine, right? Just kids, trust me. So I'm trying to cook, and I think I was about to make like some coffee, and I had like the pot because it was old coffee pot. You know, here at home I'm using the Keurig, but it was old style coffee pot, and a wiffle ball like flew into the coffee pot. I gave them the look. Y'all know that look. Sit down somewhere. Look, yeah. So I had to do mom mode activation a few times. All right, so they wanted continental breakfast for the morning. So you can see here, I just started arranging some things at the top of the picture. I think those are instant grits. And then we had some grab and go fruit, banana, oranges for them. In the middle top, I've got variety oatmeal packets. They did have some like cinnamon rolls, like some vending machine type cinnamon rolls that I placed on the order, but I wanted to take them out of the package and warm them up. Is there anything better than a warm cinnamon roll? So that's what I'm doing here. I'm actually opening these cinnamon rolls, and I had greased this baking sheet. And so I just kind of lined them up on there and put them in the oven so they could have some hot breakfast, in the morning. I know the pastor was just like, grits and whatever, but I don't know. Y'all know me. Why be when you can be extra? All right, so you can see here I'm going through. We had bagels, and I think on the stove, that pot, I think I'm boiling water so that I could put in the pitcher for hot water for their grits and their oatmeal. We had bagels and cream cheese, so I wanted to toast the bagels for them as well. So I opened up the bagels and I had the oven on warm. So that's what I'm doing while the kids are running around. They slept in the what is it called? The cabin area. So as I'm building out the bar, this is for breakfast on day 2. You can see I've got our cinnamon rolls here. Now they've come out warm. I went ahead and opened up the Philadelphia cream cheese and just sliced it up so that it would be easy to put on the bagels. I did warm the bagels so they were nice and toasty. And then I took a stick of butter and I cut that just for presentation. I know it's kids, but I wanted to give a little bit more than just, regular. So this was their breakfast. And I think they had some grape juice. Okay, so up here at the top, this is the hot water that I boiled on the stove so that they could make their grits or oatmeal or whatever. And I think there's some spoons in here. All right. So I did pour them some grape juice so the kids could have something. So I think you guys saw this picture. So I was feeling better the next morning. I knew what I was dealing with. So there's Maggie, plain face Maggie, which is fine. Told you I don't wear any makeup. So there we go. Um, let's see. The kids were coming through. I think I did a little bit of a tour so you guys can see. Um, I'm just narrating here, but you guys can see we had the butter and the cream cheese. Oh, we did do scrambled eggs. I forgot. They had some grab and go fruit, and I think that was cheddar cheese. Let's see. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, here they come. So we had toasted bagels. cream cheese, butter, scrambled eggs, warm cinnamon rolls, oranges, cheddar cheese, or banana. Oh, I did boil some eggs too, bacon bits. And then this station was kind of like build your own grits or build your own oatmeal station. So that was kind of my take for a continental breakfast for them. Aw, thank you. Dirty Diana says I'm always looking sharp. Thank you. I feel like I was wearing, I think, some kind of quilted top or whatever, something just kind of, warm and cozy. It wasn't the most fashionable, but it kept me warm up there in the mountains. So that's one of my Marley Lily. It's like a sweatshirt, but just wake up in the morning, pull your hair back, put your apron on, and get to work. Good morning. Oh, yeah, the kids are excited. So you see Alex over there in the back. Oh, yeah, here they come. Uh-huh, they smell it. Y'all already know. Y'all already know these kids. They were ready. And I was like, did anybody wash their hands? I wanted to serve them. I don't want you coming over and bum rushing the table. Y'all know how they do. But we love these kids. All right. So everybody ate, had a good time. They were playing some video games. So Alex came and sat down next to me, and he did give me the thanks, mom, and gave me a hug. So he appreciated it because the entire reason I'm at this retreat, I wanted to be like the other parents. I just wanted to sign you up and pay the fee and send you off for a weekend of freedom. But Alex told the pastor, my mom's a chef. So the pastor asked if I would cook. So that's how I was voluntold. All right. All right. So they're having a good time playing games. All right. So some of these we've seen. Let me just keep going. I don't know the order. I don't know if anybody wants to see the Airbnb. I'm just going to zip through them. And then I also did some grocery shopping. If you guys want to see some of the stuff I picked up at Ingles, we're going to go for about 30 more minutes. I'm going to keep it to the food unless you guys want to see anything else. So I did have some free time between cooking for the kids. I did breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so, of course, set up and clean up. But I think what is this video? I don't know what this is. I think the leaves were falling. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the leaves were falling. I was trying to catch it, but by the time I got my phone out, I kind of missed it. But yeah, y'all, it was beautiful. I mean, I was out here in the North Georgia mountains and just kind of doing a drive. And the pictures don't do it justice because I'm driving and taking a video. I know. But just the color of the leaves. I did try to get some pictures for you guys. So if you like that type of nature, this is where I was at. So North Georgia. I don't even know what city I was in. I don't know. But hopefully you guys can see that. Just absolutely beautiful against the blue sky, red, green, and yellow. It's lovely. It's just nice to slow down and appreciate some of that. I mean, look at that. Isn't that stunning? I don't know. To me, it is. It's just really beautiful. It just makes you appreciate some of the simple things, right? All right. So I was just taking some pictures out of the window as I was driving, either to or from the store. I can't remember. Let's see what else we got here. Some more pictures, just more pictures of the nature of the landscape. Nice rolling mountain hills, lots of deer running around. Y'all know I always take lots of pictures for you. So Dirty Diana says it looks like around here. Do you want to share what major city you're close to, Dirty Diana? Y'all know I'm in Atlanta, and so this is in, let me look it up. I don't know, where is Cloudland? I think the city is something like Trenton, Georgia. Y'all, I was so far north, I was closer to Chattanooga in northern Alabama. So, oh, Rising Fawn. So, anyway, when you live in the city, you're used to seeing like skyscrapers and big buildings. So it was nice. Oh, beautiful, windy roads, all of that. Let's see. All right, so you all get the picture. Everywhere I looked, beautiful fall leaves, clean, crisp air. So it was nice. It was nice to get away from the kids too. Anyway, focus, Maggie. All right. So now, so Dirty Diana is in Missouri. So she's in Springfield, Missouri. Yes. I've been to Kansas City And I didn't know there was Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri, but that's probably the closest I've been to you. But yeah, wonderful. Appreciate what we have. Okay, so you all see my camp skillet that I'm working with on the stove. So I did a little bit of shopping, and then I wanted to do Rice Krispie treats for the kids. So for lunch, they wanted grab and go, not grab and go, like build your own sandwiches. So I bought some sub kits, which is like ham and turkey, bread, mayo, mustard, pickles, all that stuff so you can make your own sandwich. So I'll show you guys the spread that I put together for them. But I just wanted them to have something a little bit more than a sandwich. So my plan was to make Rice Krispie treats. And if you've ever made Rice Krispie treats, it's a simple three ingredients. You need Rice Krispies. This is the dollar store brand. You need marshmallows and you need butter. That's it. You can make them as fancy as you want. I love them with peanut butter added, but you don't know about allergies. I don't think we had that issue. I think we had one or two diabetics, but no allergies. You could do chocolate, you could do candy pieces, you could do whatever. But with Rice Krispie treats or these crispy rice treats, you melt the butter, add the marshmallows, and then once it becomes like a soup, then you pour in the rice, you stir it in, and then stir it up. Then you put it into a pan and it cools, and then you can cut it into squares. So kind of like when we do the candy bacon, this is something that I probably should have done this ahead of time so I could have it kind of sitting out of the way because the kids came in when I was cooking and they were like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" So you already know. But I had some sweet girls help me in the kitchen, so that was nice. So I was getting started. Oh, I guess I already did the spread here. Let's see. So I think I took this picture because, just like the kids are, it's like they start circling around when stuff is ready. And I don't even think I was ready yet, but this young man seemed to always find his way in the kitchen. I'm like, I'll let you know when it's ready. They were just kind of around, but you guys can see, hopefully, you can see what I did here. So laid it out. On the right, we've got our grab and go fruit, same thing, apples, bananas, and oranges. And I was intentional about the fruit that I got for them so they could either eat it with their meal. The kids were on a fall retreat, so they were doing hiking and fishing and all of that. Plus, fruit that's grab and go, you can, throw in a bag or backpack. This is good for active people, or commuters or whatever. It's always nice to have fruit that you can just, bite into when you're hungry. Of course, I got the variety chips over here, all the flavors that they like. Your condiments for your sandwich, pickle, mayo, mustard, some sliced cheese. I did slice a couple fresh tomatoes, and then just to reuse some ingredients, the same bag salad that we had for spaghetti the night before, I took some of the mixed greens because we had leftover, and I used that as the lettuce for the sandwiches. And we had some soft, like honey wheat bread, and then this is the sub kit, half turkey and half ham. So I was trying to assemble everything, and yeah. Oh yeah, y'all already know. You might have seen this picture. You already know. If I turn my back even for a moment, here they come. Y'all already know Greedy Gong Gong number one at the top. So yeah, Alex was there, encouraging the foolishness. I was like, "Don't touch it. Nobody else is here yet. I don't even know if you've washed your hands." So I was constantly beating back the hungry ones, but I was like, "Okay, we'll take a picture." So this is lunch. I think I got everything out on the table for the spread, and I was like, "All right, let's take a picture, kiddos." All right. So just more of the same. And then the plan was to have the Rice Krispie treats already made and cooled and cut and kind of has like a dessert for them. But I should have made these first and I didn't. So I was melting down the butter and the marshmallows, and two lovely ladies came to join me and they asked to help. And I said, but of course. So the girls did a great job melting down the marshmallows and getting it stirred up. And then we poured in our crispy rice. So this is a great, simple recipe that you can make for the family. Kids love it. And they can help. Just be careful melting butter. It can get really hot. And then, of course, the boys always seem to be circling whenever there's food. And I'm really proud of these young ladies because they actually stirred it neatly and didn't splatter around. My issue when my kids are in the kitchen, like when I tell them to stir something, it's like, they just get all in there. And I'm like, oh my God. Mona says the kids ate well. Yes, they did eat good. Thank you. Thank you. You know, when I asked the pastor what they wanted to eat, and he was like, whatever you do, some sandwiches. And I was like, well, we can do a little bit better. So I'm glad. Thank you for saying that. All right. So then we got our marshmallows and butter melted down, and then we poured in our crispy rice, and they took turns, and the girls were stirring it up. You just want to make sure you get your crispy rice in there, a little bit chewy, a little bit crispy. Of course, you can buy Rice Krispies treats, but there's nothing like making them. And then, like I said, you can do other varieties if you want to add peanut butter, if you want to add chocolate, you can do candy pieces or whatever. But we just did it basic, so they were excited. Ah, she's giving me the thumbs up. Oh, yeah. All right. So we're in there, and once I got the Rice Krispies like mixed up, I got a metal tray that was over in the back, and I scooped everything out to put into the tray. Excuse me. So you'll see it here. And then I told the kids they could attack the pan. So I got most of it out over here on this tray out of the way. I should have done that first. That's the struggle that I have, getting everything timed so that it's ready. So while they were eating their sandwiches, I was making the Rice Krispie treats. But I did let them get their spoons and their forks and just kind of go at it in the pot. Excuse me. So that's what they're doing. They're scraping up the marshmallow and the butter and the Rice Krispies left behind. So it was fun. Kids like devouring it. So you can see my friend here. I gave him the big spoon that we stirred with, and he's going to town. So you can see they've eaten their sandwiches, and I went ahead and cut the Krispie treats. They were still a little bit warm and chewy. You want them to be like room temperature cool and kind of like breakable, but I was a little bit bum rushed, but it's fine. All right, so he's going in, he's helping himself. The girls are like, yeah, we did it. They did a great job helping me. So they're eating a little bit as well. So that was one of the lunches, just, a sandwich with your mayo, tomato, ham, turkey, cheese, pickle, and I think those are some Doritos. So they had their good sandwich meal, cut in half for a little bit of presentation. Maggie has to try, but they were just like, "Get in my belly." All right. So after they ate, who's first in line? I'll give you one guess. You already know. And I was like, "You are so rude, you greedy gong gong." Y'all see how they just run up to the table and start putting their grubby little hands in the tray? Oh my goodness. Aw, thank you, Mona. Yes. Who is it? None other then Greedy Gong Gong number one, Alex the substitute taste tester. The kids were minding their business, and as soon as the pan hit the counter, here he comes for the first one. So y'all already know these kids. I'm telling you, yeah, diving on in, can't even wait. Look at the other one coming, but you don't even have the sense to take one and step to the side. Look at you, just sitting there eating over everything. What is wrong with these kids? Just homeless. Act like you don't have any home training. So I did take the tray, and once it cools, you're able to cut into it with a butter knife. And I tried to arrange it. I don't think I got a picture. Oh, look at Lauren. Lauren says the taste tester must go first. I disagree. I think as a host, and this is one of the things that I've learned in my etiquette and elegance classes, when you are hosting, your job is to make sure that everybody is taken care of first. So I would always eat last, and I expected Alex to do the same. I was sorely disappointed. He was like, whatever, lady. You said Rice Krispie treats. So here the kids come and they have their Rice Krispie treats and they're enjoying. I wanted to get a picture of a nice presentation, but they bum rushed me. So I did take one at the end, and I went outside and I enjoyed it slow. Y'all know I don't eat, this kind of stuff, but I did. I did enjoy it this weekend. And since I cut into it while it was warm, when I bit into it, oh, like the chew from the crispy rice and the buttery marshmallow, and then the pull. Oh, Y'all, the texture, it's such an experience because I don't eat like this all the time. I really do savor it when I do. And it was so beautiful outside, so you can see the church van there and the beautiful fall colors. So I did enjoy, and I'm not sorry. All right, so let's see what else. All right, so I was just showing you guys around there. And then I had a little bit of a break. Let's see, what else did I do? Just more pictures of the leaves. There's Maggie. I went out into the woods. Oh, I went back to check on mom. So I just was spinning around in the woods like, the hills are alive with the sound of music. Ah. Okay, sorry. But yeah, it was beautiful. Just the sun on my face, even though it was cold or cool, and I had my quilted sweatshirt on. I did enjoy. I did enjoy the nature. All right, let's see what else we got. All right. Yep, yep. Okay, let's see. All right, now time for dinner. So I took a break, got some fresh air, and then so this is the last dinner. So again, this was Friday through Sunday. So I did dinner on Friday when they arrived. That was the spaghetti. I did breakfast on Saturday morning. That was the cinnamon rolls and bagels and all that you saw. And then on Saturday lunch, they wanted sandwiches so they could kind of like grab and go and eat between hiking and fishing. And then I wanted to do a hot meal for dinner. So we did build your own nachos. I thought they were rather basic, but the kids were like, this is better than a Mexican restaurant. Y'all know I'm not, authentically Mexican, but I had some more of the ground beef left over. And that was part of my plan. If you guys saw in the beginning, I had the 5 pound log of ground beef. So, in meal planning and meal prep, I wanted to think of something that I could use the ground beef for 2 times. So, we did spaghetti one night, and then we did the nachos the next night. All right. So, the first time we did ground beef with the pasta sauce. The second time I did the ground beef, I just pulled off a chunk of it, put in my camp skillet with some taco seasoning, try to get it all seasoned up well. Um, okay. Yeah, funny enough, it went to the end. I don't know. I'm like, where are the pictures? I'm like, I was cooking. It was hard for me to do everything and take pictures, but I want to show you guys. So again, set up the bar for them to come through, and you'll see here what we had was I bought tortillas, big bags of tortillas. So I put like a handful of tortillas on everybody's plate, and then got some Coke Zeros and some Gold Peak tea in the back there. I got a pan of seasoned ground beef here, and then, of course, some salsa, just pourable salsa from the big container, huge tub of sour cream. So we got sour cream, jalapenos for anyone who likes it spicy, and what are nachos without cheese sauce. And so I got the big industrial cheese sauce and warmed that up on the stove so they could get their plate of nachos and then come through the line and let me know what they wanted on their nachos. Do you just want cheese only? Do you want everything? Do you want just sour cream and salsa? You can build it your way, Burger King. All right. So let's see. All right, just more pictures of the bar. So you guys can see here. I know I called it a prison kitchen, but look at the cinder blocks here. It was just very industrial. So there's my vest hanging over by the chairs. Took that off, put my apron on, and got to work. So they were sitting around, I don't know, maybe doing a lesson or something, but I was getting the table set up for everybody to come through. All right, there's Maggie. Dinner number 2 is done. Oh, all right, let's see. All right, so we're gonna bless the food. I know y'all want to tear it up, but I think I was just getting a video trying to get these kids together. Oh, thank you. Lauren says I did a great job. Thank you, my dear. All right, so they're blessing the food, and I'm just showing what we put together. They want to burst out, but so you can see here the jalapeno, sour cream, salsa, meat, and cheese sauce. And the hard thing for me was trying to keep the cheese sauce warm. So I was trying to do it in batches. So, you want all the textures to come together well. It's all an experience for me, right? Okay, so we got about 15 more minutes. All right, so plated, you guys can see, I mean, you all know what nachos are, but I tried to, come through the line. We've got our bed of nachos, and this would be a great, like, I don't know, game day meal. Or if you ever find yourself in the situation where you got to cook for a group of kids, hopefully this is giving you guys some ideas of some hearty, and these are teenagers, right? So, like youth group age. Um, I don't know what, like 11 to 16 or something like that. Alex is 13, so um, but kids that have been out all day hiking, camping, fishing, or whatever, you want to give them some, food that's basic enough but nice enough so that they can enjoy. So we got our nachos here. I did the melted nacho cheese sauce as the first layer, kind of as the glue, so things aren't sliding around everywhere. That holds the nachos together underneath, and then also I did a couple spoonfuls of the seasoned ground beef that keeps it all together. And then, of course, salsa, sour cream, and jalapeno. So, this is an example of someone who wanted an everything plate. And I did tell them, hold your plate, let me serve you because y'all already know these kids. All right, so we had nachos. All right, so you've seen that. Let's see. Let's get to breakfast. Oh, I had some videos. I don't know what's in the oh, yay. Okay. So after dinner, cleaned up. Mom and I were getting ready to go to our Airbnb because, again, I was not staying in those camp quarters. But they went back out to the fire pit, and it was nice. They built a fire, and I do have childhood memories from like youth group and camping. I'm not outdoorsy, but there is something about the crackling fire, and they are making s'mores, and some of the leaders were telling kind of spooky stories. The kids were there. Um, the kids were there. Sorry, I just got an email, y'all. With their sticks, they actually went out and got limbs off of the tree. And there's one kid who came with a knife. And so he was using his knife to kind of like sharpen the point of the stick so they could put their marshmallows on them. And yes, we did have to herd them away from the video games, but just being outside is becoming lost on some of the kids today. So it's nice to, Mona says, that's so nice. I know, right? It is nice to kind of force them to come outside and enjoy. So everybody was kind of bundled up, except for the kids who ain't never cold. Y'all know how it is. So the pastor is just kind of thanking everybody for a great day and hiking. And I took a couple of videos so you all can see here. When you're out in the woods like that, the only light you have is the light you make. The sky is beautiful. So I thought the crackling fire was really nice. So the kids are having fun there. I did take a slow motion. I just like water running and fire crackling. Yeah, it doesn't show up really well here on screen, but I did take a slow motion of the campfire. So I left mom, inside where it was warm, but I did want to come sit out with them. And also, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I was greedy. I wanted a s'more. I'm out here cooking for the camp. Um, so yeah, they're telling stories, and of course, you got the one kid in the back who didn't put his phone down, but you can't win them all. All right, so telling more stories. So there you go. You already know. I think I did this one with the flash. That's why it looks so bright. But you already see somebody over here giving me the side eye, like, Mom, really? I'm like, look, I got to capture these moments. Fall off me. All right. I only had to give them a talking to once. And we already see a couple of them with their phones, but everybody's got their sticks. They're passing around the Hershey's. They're passing around the marshmallows. So this is all stuff that I ordered with the grocery delivery. Um, Okay, so this is another one with the flash, but you can see they're getting their s'mores ready, and the kids are just being kids. So Alex is over there standing over the fire, toasting his marshmallow. I don't know how you guys like your marshmallows, if you like them just like warm and ooey gooey, but I like mine charred. I put them in the fire and I let them get all crackly, and you know how they like, and they just kind of like light up. Oh my God, that's the best. I know, it's so crazy. So they're warming up their marshmallows on a stick. All right, so this doesn't it was dark out there, y'all, but, y'all know what s'mores are. So I had my graham cracker, I had a couple marshmallows, and my Hershey, pieces, and so they passed out the supplies, and we're getting ready to warm up everything. So I got a stick, and I put my marshmallow in the fire and got it nice and lit up. I don't think this one came out too well. I think that one's on its side. Yeah. All right. So I was trying to take a picture of my creation. It's kind of hard with the fire behind me, but there we go. We got a pretty good picture of it. So I got my charred marshmallow and I got my graham cracker and there's some chocolate in there and I smushed it down and it was oozing out of the side. And I took a bite and it was so good. And I took another bite and I ate the whole thing. Yes, I did. Full on graham cracker with gluten, real marshmallow, real chocolate with sugar, no substitutes. But I did. I wanted to enjoy a little bit. And then we packed up, or I packed up. The kids stayed in the camp. I got Nana and we went back to our Airbnb. All right, so you guys have seen all this. Let's get to the next day. Let me see. I want to show you guys. I got about 10 minutes and then I'm going to drop. All right. I want to show you guys breakfast the next morning. All right. 1 second. I don't know why it's not coming up. But I don't know what questions you guys have. You guys, I'm waiting for my pictures to come up. I don't know if you guys have ever been voluntold. Those of you with kids, sometimes it takes a little while for the pictures to come up. But if you guys have ever been voluntold, if you've been asked to participate, usually they're asking now to like donate. Let me refresh the page. Donate meaning like, give money for, whatever activity. But there are still times when it's like, they want helping hands to come in and cook for the kids, or, their dad would go camping with them when they were in Boy Scouts and that kind of thing. Let me see. I was going to try and get to Sunday for you guys, but it's acting a little bit slow. So I'm going to stop screen sharing and see if I can refresh the browser on the other end. Um, but yeah, I don't know, you know, what you guys have done with these kids, but for me, it's one of those things that I didn't necessarily like want to do it, but I'm glad I did it because they were all so grateful and so happy and would come up to me with crumbs all over their mouth saying, "This is amazing." And one thing that kind of touched me, one of the boys, the little one that always seemed to be circling around, he came to me and he was just like, "Do you cook like this every day?" And I said, "Yeah, I cook every day." And he said, "Every day?" And it kind of broke my heart a little bit. I mean, look, y'all know I've been cooking since 1842. Um, Mom wouldn't have it any other way, but you just never know what you think is kind of like regular. Other people, let me close that tab. Other people might be really, may think is special. And that is why, I started my channel because it's just kind of like this is what I do. And it's just every day for me. But I love sharing it with you all. All right. I don't think it's going to come up. So I'm going to start winding down with my commercials unless you guys have any questions. It's just spinning the Google Photos that I was going to share with you guys. I got about 5 more minutes. If you guys have any questions or any comments, if anybody can relate. Dirty Diana says, I love those retreats when you were younger in Puerto Rico and with the kids later. Absolutely. I realize I got 2 kids in high school and they will be gone, before we know it. I'll be all right. And it's a lot, to be hands on with the kids, but they are memories that we make. And even though, not every day is a good day, it is nice to, have that experience. So I'm glad you get it. Let me see if I can. I'm going to try something with you guys. I'm going to see if I can join um, from my phone because I wanted to show you the last day. It's pretty much like the second day. So forgive me for looking away. Yeah, I got a group picture with the kids. Okay. So I'm going to see something. I don't know if I can share the screen from my phone. So in the meantime, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for liking the live stream. Um, Maggie, the substitute teacher, is my, passion project, and you all have made it a labor of love for me. I'm a proud student of the lead attorney, and I didn't know how any of this YouTube monetization stuff worked, but I was monetized in 4 months, and lead will tell you it usually takes a year to get monetized. So thank you all for making that possible. Let's see if I can share my screen here. Oh, okay. Let's see. I've never done it from the mobile, y'all. Oh, I know what it is. Sorry, I should have. I don't think it's going to let me. Okay. Um, Sorry, y'all. So I put together a course after completing lead attorney's course. Mine is on how I got monetized. If you want to know how you can earn income quickly on YouTube, I walk you through my approach to getting subscribers. I walk you through my approach to getting, what's it called? Oh, let's see. No, it won't. To getting the watch hours. I walk you through my approach to applying for the program. It includes screenshots of, what I did every step of the way. Yes, there is a discount code. It's thanks TLA. You can see it scrolling at the bottom here. Gets you $15 off. Regular price is $50, so this brings it down to $35. It is 2 hours worth of content over um, 15 different videos, and you can preview for free if you want to take a look. If you have a channel and you're not monetized yet, you may want to take a look. If you're thinking about starting a channel and you want to know how the monetization works with YouTube, you can take a look. Let's see what else. I'm also offering consultations now. If you guys want to chat with me, Maggie wears many hats. Uh, like I said, there's my suite over there. I do have a guest. Someone just checked in. I've been an Airbnb superhost for over 6 years now, and I use those credits to book the apartment that Mom and I stayed at on this trip. If you're interested in Airbnb or you have some questions about it, I've helped lots of people set up their own property as a side hustle if you got a spare room or spare property. Um, if you want to talk about professional development or job searching, I work in tech, and I have 20 years of corporate experience. I am a former executive for the Coca-Cola company. Now I work from home, thankfully. And my LinkedIn profile and my resume have had a lot of professional work, so much so that recruiters call me all the time. And that's how I was plucked away to the position that I have now. So if you want some help with your resume, your LinkedIn profile, your personal statement, any of that professional kind of coaching, I'm available for that. Or I'll announce it now, even relationship etiquette. I was married for 10 years, and then since then have been in a long-term relationship for 12 years. And so I don't give dating advice. I don't have a lot of dating experience, but if you haven't seen examples modeled for you for long-term relationships, if that's something that you struggle with, Maggie might be able to offer a little bit. Consultations are 30 minutes for $30 or 1 hour for $50. And all of that is in the description. So it looks like it's trying to come up now, but we are at a time. I've got a mastermind session that I need to attend. But I'm so appreciative that you guys were here. All of these pictures are on my YouTube community tab, my Instagram, and my Facebook, so you can take a look. And I did a little story time for you. So I'm going to go ahead and dismiss. I don't know when I'll be back. It will be very soon. I've got some stuff cooking up, some collabs that are in the work. I'm very excited. But thank you all so much for being here. Please subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to know when I'm either cooking again or reviewing again. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Class is dismissed. Facebook.